there's a ping. There's like a thing for it. Like,
auto sends?
huh?
Does it auto send?
Yeah, and content.
Oh.
It's gonna ping everyone, and then Froggy's gonna ping for every map.
Mm-hmm.
I think it might be good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Is there a guy? Okay. Oh no, you're quick. Oh,
Wait, no, we're live. We're live.
We're live. We're live.
We're live. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Night Sky Arena. We have I've said this for like a week straight, but for the last time, we have another banger. The final banger of the tournament. It's Shadow of 9 versus DV8 Wukong. Just a little background for anyone who hasn't been following along. DV8 Wukong won the Night Sky Invitational, which was the first tournament in this little series. Obviously, they had a pretty crazy underdog run, which retrospectively, like looking back, it wasn't really an underdog run. They were clearly the favorite for that tournament.
They are ready.
Okay, give it like, can you start in like 2 minutes? And let them know like we're gonna start 2 minutes. Sorry everyone. Retrospectively, Deviate Wukong, even though they came into that tournament as an underdog, they weren't an underdog. They were way better than everyone, and we doubted them for no reason. Right now, coming into this tournament, and I've told this story so many times, but coming into this tournament, everyone expected them to just blaze through the group stage and rush straight to the grand finals and playoffs. But they were shaky during groups. They were shaky. They didn't really look too good. They actually looked a little bit bad. And that was a huge shock to everyone who expected them to just be the team that we expected them to be. But they bounced back for sure, and they went straight through the uppers, straight to the grand finals. They crushed Shadow of 9 in the upper final to make it here. And, Shadow of 9 themselves came into this tournament almost or maybe as highly rated as DV8 Wukong. Right? And they too looked shaky, and they too had a really good playoff stage, only losing to Deviate Wukong, which of course brings us here to the grand finals. Deviate Wukong versus Shadow of 9. It's a rematch, two titans clashing, which is, during the Invitational, it was an underdog story, Comet versus Wukong. Wukong obviously weren't the underdogs at that point. Comet were the underdogs. They got crushed by Wukong. This time around, it's not an underdog story. It's a titans clashing. It's going to be a masterpiece, I'm sure, and I'm incredibly excited to cast it. So, introduction out of the way. My name's Waffle King Eli. I'm the organizer of this tournament. I also cast for this tournament. I've been here the entire time, organizing this tournament and producing all of the streams. So it's a pleasure to be here in the grand finals, and I'm here with my co-caster. I'll let him introduce himself.
Hello, I'm Rot. This is my second match that I have the privilege of casting, so I'm happy to be here. I'm happy to get to watch something that's sounds like it's going to be amazing, and yeah, I'm just happy to be here.
And let's hope it doesn't disappoint. I think that if they're ready, if you could check Froggy.
Yes, I agree.
Appreciate it. So, I mean, what are your expectations coming into this matchup?
I mean, it's just coming off of last week's match for Shadow of 9. I think the expectations for them are extremely high given the way that they handled Daybreak last week, taking them out in a 3-0 fashion. Not even only one of the maps came close. So I think they're still riding on top of that, though this DV8 Wukong team is supposed to be better than that one, just given the way that everything has gone so far for them. But between the two, I'm thinking that Shadow of 9 will pull through on the top.
Ooh, you think that they'll the comeback story? Yeah. I mean, I don't think that you can ever count Shadow of 9 out. I think that this has to be, honestly, in my opinion, a 50-50 matchup.
Yeah, no, for sure. I think this is the 5-mapper.
100%, all 5 maps. It's gonna be a banger. We have Agent Select pulled up right now. As you can see, Shadow of 9 already hovering a little bit of an interesting composition. The Yoru, Alt F4 by the way, guys. Alt F4. Everyone. And then load back in as soon as you can. Right, it's an interesting composition. The Chamber Yoru Neon for Shadow of 9, so obviously a very mechanics-focused comp, and we saw this out against Daybreak. But I think that we do have a broadcast going already.
This should do.
Straight into it. Pistol round starting up.
A gift. All set up. That's not ready. This should do.
Oh, I gotta stand up. For some reason, my overlay isn't working. Okay, straight into it already. Viper wall up on A, putting this passive pressure down. Paint finds an early pick onto Tyler Staria, however. Opens up a lot of map space here. Pressuring mid. Unbeknownst to them, however, it is fully open space, prime for the taking.
Ooh.
Oh, I have to open this. Hold on. Shoot. Okay.
Deviate able to, you know, trade blows here. They're able to take out the Omen for SO9 right now. As Deviate make their way back towards mid, they know that their Cypher's already got all the space up to Link, and Cypher's just gonna leave himself inserted right there.
Already, Deviate have found a gap up in mid. Shadow of 9, however, seem to have predicted at least a little bit what's going on. Further confirmed, Paint. Eye goes out into B main, clears all that space. Wukong are just 4-man walking down into A. Viper's gonna have to do a lot here.
Oh.
Misses on the first, misses on the second, third shot as well. Forced to TP off. This is Wukong's sight. Proof, however, does his best, brings it back, if only barely. Graves picks off Viper. Proof immediately gets the trade. 3 versus 2. Sun goes out. Graves sitting in the smoke. Low HP, however, swings out. Doesn't find anything. Slide goes out. Graves nails him in the head. Onodaya, though, gets the trade. Cup gold and a 1 versus 2. Paint and Onodaya. Big names. Flash goes out. Finds the first on the Paint. Cup gold. Low HP, and it's Onodaya. Finds the first round for Shadow of 9.
Oh no, saving the day right there. You know, usual
my
answer
God.
stuff that we've gotten accustomed to seeing. That was getting really scary there. All the fighting back towards cave, through the smokes, after the smoke, before the smoke. Viper missed those 3 what should have been very crucial shots right there. Usually, a situation that I'd expect him to leave with at least 1, but thankfully his team was able to save the day and clean up the situation, and they were able to take the round.
All right, for just a minute, though, I was worried. You know, Graves caught Proof just sliding out alone. Like, my thing that round, super individual from the side of Shadow of 9. Not something that you'd really expect. However, it just worked out. They have the individuals that are, you know, capable of that. This time around, though, Wukong is really pushing the pace already. Paranoid expended. Ryuki guy has found his way onto site, forcing Shadow of 9 into an A retake. Notoriously difficult. Proof, however, might just find the first clean head tap. Low HP, though. Tyler Starry is doing damage. Outlet goes out. Teleport. Forced to be popped. Regen shield already doing work, though. Tyler Staria does find Onodaya. Puts it in a 2v4. Cup gold as well. Finds 2. Tyler Staria finds nothing. Close as it may be. Shadow of 9. Get out alive. Barely.
Yeah, a whole lot of damage right there from an eco round for Wukong. Able to take away 3 and break one of their shields. That's just a lot of value to find in a round where the strongest gun that they bought was a bandit.
Right, it's so dangerous. Wukong are already baring their teeth at Shadow of 9. It's just lovely to watch the way that Wukong works. You know, the pace switching. Last round, the first round, I mean, they played it so slowly, but this time around, just pushing the pace. Crucial execution onto the A site.
Looks like SO9 has the read.
Right, I mean, yeah, Chambers alone on the A site, and Wukong are just grouped up on B. They want to keep it simple coming into this anti-bonus here. Onodaya, camera already broken, caught out by Cup Gold. big name starting to shine. Finds a second as well. Graves
Finds
sits
three.
Azuro down, saves his teammate Paint. Can't even find the low HP. Stun goes out around the box. Chaos everywhere. Ryukigai nails the shot, and Viper alone in a 1v5. A sea of blood around him. Corpses everywhere.
Spike planted.
Cage as well on top of a smoke. Extra assurance that they do not even need.
The hunt coming through.
See if Viper can find anything. Graves is low, would only need one outlaw shot here. Cup Gold as well would die to a headhunter shot, not even to the head. And it looks like Viper does want to hunt. His teleport's going down. The smoke is just keeping Viper back, and Graves catches him walking out. Doesn't even need the extra time. Doesn't even need the extra help.
Yeah, Wukong wasting no time taking the rounds that they're supposed to win. You know, you lose pistol, you go into an eco. You don't really expect to win those ecos. Sometimes you do, most of the times you don't though. But with that round 3, your team's able to buy again. You're on an even playing field. There's no reason that you guys should not be able to take that round and keep yourselves from going down 0-3. And they made sure not to.
This time around, however, round's going to be much more evenly matched. The buy round coming out, and Viper quick to invest into this operator buy. Something that Wukong will have to deal with on top of the already insane mechanics for Wukong. Viper has the angle, can teleport away at any time, but wants to stick around, and Cup Gold walks straight into the cross line. Ryukigai grabs the spike, doesn't want to retest this angle. Doesn't even matter. Viper falls further back, but not fully off the line. Still holding the space down, knows that Wukong hasn't reclaimed. Azuro in link. Graves peeks in, catches him immediately. Crosshair denial. Paint. Seas goes out. Paranoia for Seas. Utility being traded. Paint is on site. Onodaya alone on general site. From boxes. Finds Graves. Flash goes out. See if he can do damage. The whiff comes through, but still finds Ryukigai. Someone's gonna have to deal with Onodaya. He's still on site. Teleport goes through. It's fake though, and Onodaya re-peeks yet again, found by Izumi. What more can he possibly do? Oh, Izumi takes Viper out, but Paint finds the trade. Tyler Staria, they know where he is. Prowler goes out, finds the angle. Paint just jiggling, hoping to find anything. Tyler though puts proof on 1 HP. Dog comes out. You're gonna want to swing off of this one. It's a double swing coming any moment now. Unless they misplay this, however. Blocks off 1 point of the double swing. Paint's gonna have to take damage if he wants to swing through it. And swing through he does. Stun goes out though. And Onodaya bares his fangs to 3K.
Onodaya really showing them what he's about right there. Just, you know, first the pistol round, then right there. No help on site for a moment, but he's still able to just hold it down. 1 versus 3, take out 2. And able to find enough time for his team to catch up and meet with him there.
100%. It's downright. It's what am I trying to say? It's downright deadly. The way that Shadow of 9 has been playing these situations.
I'll find you.
This time, DV8 want to take mid once and for all, but Onodaya sitting in the smoke, ready to pop out whenever he wants. Chooses to fall off, but Azuro might just have 1 or even 2 of Ryukigai and Cup Gold walking back. Azuro swing. You have the angle, and now you don't. Ryukigai still on the angle, but Azuro with the whiff. It's a rare whiff, but for certain, one that will be disastrous for this round. The implications for that one. At least he did find information, but now the smoke comes through, blocks proof off Azuro. Blind, ready to be expended. Graves does not find anything instead. Proof and Paint take it back. Proof sliding and dicing, chopping them like onions. Izumi wants to find something, anything, but doesn't even matter. Azuro 4-1. It's downright dominant for the side of Shadow of 9 here.
Yeah, I remember last week in their match against Daybreak, they won this map 13-4. So, you know, it's already starting to look the same for Wukong right now.
Right. No, picking this map against Shadow of 9 is a strange decision, and one that I fear will come back to bite Wukong in the ass if they don't light a fire and get going.
Definitely.
Where are you?
This time though, Paint early information onto A. Solo anchor. Smoke A little bit of extra assurance, but Graves has already popped through the smoke. It's a low buy, but you know how dangerous this can be, and Graves is already teleporting straight through. Tyler catches a flank off, but Shadow of 9 find 2 quick picks to even it up. Paint! Ryuka guy instead slides through, and Paint tracking is just not enough. Azuro
Spike planted.
pops out of Link, has found a gap, but Wukong did not even suspect. Now trip broken. Zumi and Cupgold surely feeling the pressure, but Cupgold shrugs it right off, and Proof has the read but chooses to play it silent, sees the gun barrels ticking through, forces Cupgold to swing. When will Cupgold die? He's still alive somehow. It's an operator in a retake, and Cupgold feels comfortable enough to pop this ultimate. Azumi swings straight out, barely gets the pick, but does not. Instead, Viper comes through Cupgold, and 1 versus 2, and Viper doesn't even need a rifle. Comes through on the Sheriff buy, and make sure that this eco does not translate over to a win.
Actually thinks that will work.
What a good round. I mean, this team, Wukong, they're doing so much damage on the ecos, just barely, you know, not able to get away with the round. So much damage through the stingers and everything. But Viper was able to save the day right there. Just like in round 1 for Ono, saving the 1v2.
Like, speaking of like Shadow of 9 and this like Viper and all that, I think the cool thing about Shadow of 9 is we're glazing Wukong a little bit for having insane ecos, but Shadow of 9 are still able to persevere just through pure raw mechanics. Speaking of which, Viper been a big name so far. Has very early line on A main. Tyler Staria on this Viper lurk wants to take some of the space back. Wall goes up, blocks the sightline for Viper, but he still seems to suspect it. Wukong as well, dogging out A Link, but this chamber triple makes sure that they find no pressure. Instead, engagement taken in B Link. Cuckold on the Odin immediately sat down to Zero, not going to let this signature playstyle get to him. But Tyler Staria, remember, this guy does not find anything. It's the head dink, but a phantom moment comes through as Viper gets this pick. Wukong decide to speed up onto A, and it's the correct read for sure. Viper is alone in cave. Gonna have to deal with this trip. Information will be found. Azuro has this wrap, this flank, this cage is the only thing keeping him separated from the side of Wukong. Sliding through, Viper goes unnoticed, but Graves dispatches him handedly. Wall goes through, Azumi, post-plant merchant, setting up already wire on site for extra assurance. Azuro lurking for a lurk that was never there. Onodaya feels like he needs to use this Yoru ultimate if he wants to find this round. Spots 1, spots 2. Fade ultimate comes through as well. Trapped all on site. Azumi wire means nothing. Proof sliding straight through. Paranoia. It's a team blind. Graves, the punching this get out card has to cancel. Azuro with the 3K gets the round, and it's a 6th round at that. Shadow of 9 just have Wukong's number. Nothing they do can stump Shadow of 9. They're retaking on A side, which should be near impossible on this map, but they're still doing it. Sheer raw willpower.
That's now the 3rd round, 1, 5, and 6, where they won the retake on A. And this was definitely the cleanest that they've done it. You know, keeping all 4 of the players going into the retake alive. Viper getting caught just barely by Graves.
Right, and part of me thinks that Wukong aren't taking enough space against the retake. You know, they're getting on the site, and then Azumi's setting up his trips and just trapping them onto the actual site. They feel scared that someone is still hanging around in cave. Viper or even Onodaya on these agents that can just instantly get out. However, this time around, Wukong want to avoid that miserable fate. To 5 men over towards B, Ryuka guy already getting himself on the site. Onodaya trying to fend off a swarm, and fend off a swarm he does, but Cupgold is here to get the trade. Finger blast comes through. Azuro sat in the ground, and Azumi finds paint, steals it from Ryuka guy's ultimate. Cypher ultimate as well gives them all the information they need. In a 4 versus 2, they still feel scared, but it's a good ultimate for sure. Want to assure that this round will be theirs. Viper, however, it's instant reposition from him. Decision making is definitely there. Onodaya, does he clear close left? And yes, he does, but not without paying a price. However, Azumi sat in the dust, barely reveals himself in Cupgold. immediately capitalizes, and Viper playing the slow, or maybe he doesn't even want to play it at all, just playing for exits. Any damage is good damage against Wukong. Does Rikai check him? No, he does not. Just giving him ones at this point. Viper repositions instantly, wants to find even more. To Thriller for sure, Graves, and Viper instead sits him down. This guy's doing miracles even in an unwinnable round, and finally decides to back out, but not before making it god dang expensive for Wukong. And when will they call a timeout? The question of the ages.
I mean, that's a really good round. And once again, doing insane damage on an eco. This time they were finally able to capitalize off of everything that came before the bomb going down. They walk away with the round win. Very, very well executed. And I mean,
Sorry.
No complaint.
Just gonna say,
No, it's
Wukong
okay.
have completely switched gears from the start of the game. They kind of have the read now that hitting fast is a great option against Shadow of 9, and I don't really know what makes that a good strategy, but it's working for sure. Viper's set up on this B line, though. He has all the early information. Paint playing on site, breaks the ICs, goes through a little bit of extra stall, forced into an uncomfortable angle for sure. Paint doing his absolute best on site. Cup Gold plant comes through. Viper ultimate as well. Extra assurance yet again playing on site, but this time with a little bit of backup, even leaking out and taking space that Paint previously owned. Wall goes up, as well as the paranoia, but no space will be taken off the back of it. A Fade ultimate as well. They really want this round. It doesn't even matter. Azuro finds Azumi. And Viper straight through the smoke. Nails Graves.
Last player standing.
Cup Gold forced to fall off. Last left alive. Shadow of 9. Nothing can stop the absolute tsunami.
that retake,
Oh my
making it
god.
now the 4th time that they've successfully
No charges.
retaken the site on A right now.
No charges.
Through the Viper ult, through the Fade ult,
It's just insane, man. Oh
showing
my
zero
god.
fear, just shooting right into the Viper ult, able to pull through with these picks somehow. You know, Viper just chucking the op shot down into the ult, picking one off. This is some unreal stuff. I mean, Wukong going back over to A site now, knowing how they get it so easy, they're just not able to keep it. That's the issue.
It's going to be a force up this time around. Paint doesn't even reveal himself. Just a quick shot to keep them at bay. Eye goes out, only confirming what he already knew. Noise will be cut, but the two-man walk down, Onodaya and Proof might just find a lot here. They're turned away, but Tyler Staria, a 6th sense premonition. The stun goes through.
Wait.
Proof is an absolute raid boss. Finally backs off at the 3 versus 4 when the dust settles. But Wukong are out of options all of a sudden. Paint as well, playing it so safe. Trip goes out onto the flank. Azumi wants to end on the A site. 50 seconds. They have time, but they have no space. And Proof is still holding down this mid line. Viper's still holding down this B line. They're walking out through the Viper wall, but Azuro finds Tyler Staria, finds Graves as well. Someone please kill Azuro! He is incredible!
What a round. Ono and Proof finally committing to a mid play there, walking all the way up. They've been putting 3 on mid every single round, but they've been yet to fully walk up on it and try and capitalize and get a pincher of some sort.
Honestly, man,
They
it's a
do.
little bit unlucky that they didn't get more for that. Like I don't know what caused
Oh, they
Tyler
got a lot.
Staria to look behind him.
Yeah, no, 100%. But they definitely got a lot from that, being able to walk away with 2.
Very true, very true.
I thought it was about to be 4.
Viper though, yet again on this B line. Wukong have to suspect it. They haven't seen him in a while. They've been getting into A essentially for free. Onodaya flash around the corner, finds 1,
Oh
finds
my
2,
God.
finds nothing else. Azumi finally sits him down, but not before numbers have gone awry completely. Aguro finds Ryuki guy, Cup Gold to trade straight through the smoke. Viper hopes to close it out handedly. Azumi has found his way into spawn with the spike, but it's been red. Proof holding the line, 9-2. Wukong yet again struggle to find any momentum.
Last round in the half.
Man,
Spend
this
everything.
this team is doing some crazy things. I mean, once again, staring down, taking another 10-2 half against the in this on this map summit.
Staring down the barrel of what is a very, very dangerous play indeed. I've just got completely derailed. Is that paint on the fade buying an operator? Oh my god, it is! What is your plan here? Has to use the shorty just so he doesn't give away the game plan. Repeaks around the corner, smoke comes through, but Graves still has no idea. Paint has walked off the line. Graves seems to be tempted to walk through the smoke, but instead chooses to put a freeze on it while the spike is walking down mid. But Azuro, an incredible ultimate. That's such an incredible timing. This dog doesn't find Azuro. He's allowed to keep playing in this position. Graves, door goes down, but Shadow of 9 have already grouped up over towards the A site. This is unnecessarily quick from Wukong. They're not thinking enough. Prowler goes out towards main, reconfirming this positioning. Azuro on site, goes unchecked. Ryuka guy finds one. Tyler starting on the lurk, finds paint. Proof though, gets the trade, pops his ultimate. Graves on site, gonna have to contend against the monster. Stun goes out. How do you even deal with this? The positioning is incredible. Cup goes, finds Proof. Azuro gets the trade onto Graves. Onadaya though puts it in even. Azumi in 1 versus 2. Onadaya does not fall easy. 10-2. Shadow of 9 are downright dominant.
Switching sides.
It's just incredible, man. Like the way that this team is able to just own this map.
It says
without a
tech pause,
question.
but don't worry, everyone. This is not a tech pause. This is halftime. It's gonna say tech pause, but don't get scared. It's just a minute. Yeah, I think the story so far has just been down to Shadow of 9's like super ballsy playstyle, man. Wukong, I think actually both of the compositions here, the agent compositions, reflect the philosophy behind all of these teams. Wukong are very controlled. They're a very slow, Fnatic-esque team. I know that it doesn't really match up. Obviously, this is just an Ascendant Immortal team, but you get what I mean. This is a very Fnatic-esque team. They're very slow. They know how to use the Viper. They know how to condition, right? And even though they resorted to 5-man hits towards the end of that half, they're still the same style, right? They still know how to play super slow. Shadow of 9, however, are a very, very Paper X team. They're super mechanics oriented. They all have incredible mechanics, right? Every single player here. In fact, to be honest, Paint's utility wasn't even that good, right? It's doing the bare minimum, but no more than that. He was using a lot of unnecessary utility and just re-clearing space that they already had all the information on. So I think that Paint's value doesn't come down to his utility, but rather his positioning and his game reads. Because even though his utility wasn't the most incredible, it was still a lot on him having incredible positioning and just being an incredible site anchor even on this initiator, right? So Paint, incredible. Viper, incredible. All the others, incredible. Just very mechanics oriented. This is a composition on Summit that doesn't really find a ton of value, right? It struggles to find value. You have to be very, very pacey. You have to fight a lot on defense. You have to take a lot of early lines, and that's exactly what they did, right? They were pushing and repelling Wukong away basically the entire game. And whenever they couldn't manage to do that, whenever Wukong actually got the space, they managed to retake really well. But now the tables have definitely turned on opposite sides. Shadow of 9 on attack, Wukong on defense, and this is a very defensive composition. This is a very attacker-sided composition for Shadow of 9 as well. And already Shadow of 9 have found early mid space, and they've put a freeze on it as well. Paper X, but they know how to play slow for sure. Onadaya, engagement taken, finds Tyler Starios. One way goes up, and Azuro taking fights he has no business taking. Cup Gold sits him down, and it forces Shadow of 9 to speed up straight through B-Link, but all the noise will be heard. Azumi playing on site, has a setup behind him. Execution comes through. Azumi goes unchecked. He finds Onadaya, finds a second as well before Proof sits him down, navigating chaos perfectly, and it's Proof in a 1 versus 4. How can he even manage to find any value? If they play it right, they will win. Cup Gold, headshot found, and a pistol round finally for Wukong. It's the start of a long road, but to start at least.
Yeah, that was a very well played round. They took it right through mid. They were getting right to sight. They had the play there, but they just weren't ready for Izumi to have the setup down. and they walk right into it, and Azumi's able to walk away with 2, and after that, everybody else just fell apart and died, and the round just fell into Wukong's hands.
This time around on the bonus, Cup Gold has invested into this signature SMG, and Onodaya might walk straight into it before he realizes who he's up against. And this time, Cup Gold, instead of challenging the lines, uses some utility, gets it away. Tyler Staria catches Proof solo running down the line. Ryuka guy picking up Onodaya. It's easy picks on this bonus. Just incredible. Very, very loose, that's what I'm trying to say. Very loose playstyle from the side of Shadow of 9, but I do think that they could definitely afford to group together and deathball a little bit more, you know, play this a little bit better. It's not too smart because they're not going to find any value if they're just giving ones over to Wukong, and they're also just going to give them more orbs. If they were to group together and make it difficult for Wukong to take individual fights, you know, maybe get a few trades, you could make this round convincing. You could make this round a threat still.
Uh-oh.
This Viper Wall has allowed Azuro to walk up and take a little bit of space. His team is over towards B, so it looks like he's just going to want to lurk. Cross-map smoke goes through. It's a sight smoke, allows him to walk out, paint, finds the angle, plant comes through. Azumi's still on site, tags him straight through. Viper finds one, and Azuro, and Viper again, and all of a sudden, it's a 2v2, and the weapons are not exactly in Wukong's favor, but still, they are making it not too difficult at all to find this round. Tyler Staria closes it out. It's dangerous for sure, and Viper is still frying, but Wukong, through the power of friendship, find the round.
What a trip. I mean, yeah, Viper was able to get 3. Right, Viper got 3 there, but unfortunately, Viper was not ready for the Cypher Cam sitting on top of the entrance, getting info on them all round, just being ready and waiting, and it was a very well played round from Izumi. Very patient, playing the role the right way.
Time around, the buy isn't exactly terrible for Wukong's. Could still manage to find something. Prowler goes out, and
oh no!
Oh my god, Ryuka guy, the whiff! It's a disaster! Sure, he's on 1 HP, but there's 2 down already for the side of Wukong, and finding any damage at all is going to be a struggle now. Graves sitting in the smoke with a bandit, wants to pop out, but contains himself, remembers who he is. Onodaya has pushed up and taken space.
Oh, no.
Already on a 3k, Graves falls. Tsuzumi and Tyler Staria left in a 2 versus 5, just playing for damage, and Onodaya is just a raid boss at this point. I know it's against a bonus, but oh my god, Tyler Staria finally puts him in the grave and finds a second for his trouble, but Azuro makes sure it stays clean. Oh my god, Onodaya, if you're gonna play like this, it's gonna be Shadow of 9's for sure.
I mean, just as I've been saying from the start of this match, that's just the you know, good old Onodaya, right? The classic. I mean, such good aim, such great movement, just amazing mechanics from this player, and he's able to just take over rounds like that. And that's just what's so amazing about watching this team, is how he's able to just take over these rounds, but not only him, but everybody else's as well.
This time around, though, Cup Gold has this Odin. I'm not sure how good the Odin is on Summit, but I'm sure that if there is any value to be found, Cup Gold will be the one to show us. It's early pressure over towards A, resulting in Shadow of 9 deciding to rotate back over to B, where the spike lays in wait. And Tsuzumi, alone on site, a little bit of backup from Graves, ready to come and help, but Graves is preoccupied, doesn't want to let them walk through. Azuro gonna have to come back to that later. This time around, though, it's gonna be a 4-man execute. Azumi alone on site, and Azuro is walking up Link. Someone switch to Azuro. He's gonna find so much. Onodaya finds Tyler Staria.
Camera taken out.
And Azuro, backstab comes through, finds Ryuka guy. Azumi sits Viper down. Azumi as well, the whiff. Oh my god, Cup Gold alone in a 1 versus 4. Pain, spike planted. Azuro on the other side of the smoke, Cup Gold just holding. Wants to see if he can find anything. Smoke dissipates. Azuro doesn't want to test the waters too much. Knows what lays in wait, but Azuro, the second time in a row, sets the Odin down. Paying him no respect.
Match point.
Wow. I mean, this is about to end the exact same way that the last time that Shadow of None played on this map did. You know, which is unfortunate news for Wukong. Hopefully they can bounce back even within this map. That would be amazing if they could go win 8 straight and take us to OT and hopefully win it there. But as of right now, things are not looking too good.
Cup Gold doesn't want to lay off the SMG. The narrative stays the same. Engagement over towards middle taken, or maybe not. Maybe it's Azuro instead. Early pick, first blood, duelist omen essentially. And Cup Gold still on this line. Doesn't know if he wants to re-peek or not. If he does, I'm sure Azuro will teach him why he shouldn't. Tyler Staria walks out, and Azuro taking names and taking every single pick he wants. Let him have it. It's his map. Graves finds proof. A little bit of a constellation prize, but is forced off of the site as Azuro puts himself straight onto the site with this ultimate.
Wants his ace.
Azumi finds a bulldog waiting for him.
It looks like he's gonna get
Azuro
it.
finds a fourth, and can he find a fifth? It's Azumi versus his fate. Can you stop the destiny from becoming true? It's a death ball, and they're looking the wrong way, but they start to consider maybe it's main, but Azumi instead. Here's the noise walking back. Wants to find anything, sits the ace boy down. Takes Viper as well.
No.
And Onadaya closes it out. 13-4. Shadow of 9. Hold back no punches in the first map.
Wow. You know, I had very, you know, conflicting opinions about going into that map, right? Just because of how good Shadow of 9 did last time on the map, but then also because of how good Wukong are as a team, it just made me think that it couldn't possibly go the exact same. But it, unfortunately for Wukong, it did.
Froggy, if you're here, can you turn off cheats? All right, everyone, we
Yes.
will be
Yeah.
back after a short intermission. There will be a ping in the Discord as well. So thank you for watching map 1, and we will be back very soon for map number 2. Thank you.
are ready to be live? Question mark, question mark?
Yes. We're on air right now, by the way. Hello, everyone.
Oh.
Welcome back to the Night Sky Arena. Map 1, an absolute banger. Was closer than you would assume, especially considering especially considering the scoreboard. You know, it looked like kind of a blowout from the side of Shadow of 9, but in reality, it was very, very close. Wukong made it competitive. By the way, Froggy, there's a 1 minute delay, so if you want to like wait until it's like the game's like going a little bit, like a minute in or
Okay.
something, or like a little bit after a minute in.
Okay. Okay. Actually, that
Thank
makes
you.
sense.
Yeah, but I'm ready.
Alright.
But yeah, pretty banger map 1. I'm excited for map 2 because Haven is a map that we've seen so much of from both of these teams. Etc. Oh my god, I need to make sure that my microphone... Dude, I'm so worried that my microphone is like too quiet or too loud. Anyone watching right now, let me know, is my mic too quiet or too loud? Like in terms of the game audio as well? Like
We
maybe
are
if I turn
starting
it...
in 3, 2, 1. So yeah. Oh, he's right.
Alright, and we are live, back with map 2 of Shadow of 9 versus Deviate Wukong. For these agent picks, oh by the way, Mike, actually I'm gonna remove your cam from this, just because mine isn't on, so that does it make sense for yours
Okay.
to be on? Map picks, agent picks already. Oh, we need to side swap, Froggy.
So, is it on defense? No. We are. Oh wait, no, it's DV8.
Oh no, don't lock and leave, guys. Guys, don't lock and leave. It's gonna screw the overlay up, guys. Just stop. Oh my god.
That's not bad. No, that's not bad.
Oh my god,
That's
dude.
not bad.
I'm gonna kill myself. Alright, everyone. We'll be right back. We're having technical difficulties.
So also,
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Night Sky Arena. Redoing this, redoing it a little bit. Obviously, map 1, a little bit of a blowout, but hopefully, Deviate Wukong will show a better side. Coming. Oh, by the way, Alta 4, everyone, Alta 4. By the way, Alta 4. If you haven't already, Alta 4.
We did.
Okay, it's good. Coming into this game, hopefully there will be a better showing from both sides. Shadow of 9, honestly, don't even really need a better showing. It's Deviate Wukong who need to show us something way better if they really want to find any sort of a fight coming into this map. This is a double duelist composition for both sides, but it's not exactly the same. Obviously, Shadow of 9 just copying the Lev composition, very typical of them. The DV8 Wukong copying the foot composition. It's not even gonna matter though. Onodaya finds an early pick, fight down long that Shadow of 9 are coming out on top on. Proof already dead, done and dusted, but Wukong have the right read. Rotating back over to C.
Swarm grenade out.
Swarm grenade popped, a little bit of extra stall, but won't really change much. Onodaya allowed to scale up uncontested. Molly goes out and backside, stopping any semblance of a flood. Graves playing it safe in the smoke. Tyler Staria takes an engagement. Damage done, but not enough for a kill. Onodaya still sitting in the corner, goes unchecked, finds nothing, finds everything actually. What did I say? Find nothing.
Wow. They made you know, good pace getting around the map, that being SO9. Wukong did perfectly read it though. They didn't think it was a fake or anything. They made their way over to C, and they were ready to play retake. Or well, they thought they were ready to, but SO9 were able to shut down any chance.
Right, you know, for a minute there, Onodaya was inserted in that left corner by Garage, and I was like, yeah, he's probably gonna get checked. But instead, he swings out and still finds one and manages to make it out alive.
And he did get checked, but yeah.
Slide down long, Azumi forced to dash out. Reef guy left alone. Gives Proof a free ult orb, essentially. Now backing out of the space, but it will be heard by the side of Wukong. Cup Gold walks out, finds one shot, just a body shot. Not too little, not too much. Tyler Staria inserted below in this window space, but is cleared. Flash goes through, finds nothing. It's absolutely just so thorough from the side of Shadow of 9. They have the read there that, yeah, someone's definitely going to be inserted close, and it was correct. Graves wants to walk out, showing his cards a little bit early. Smokes this trip off.
But he has a great flank.
Yeah, and Azumi finds one as well. Damage is definitely being done here, but it's still him last alive, and at some point this will be red. Onodaya already going to have a Phoenix ultimate here.
Spike planted.
They're looking towards CT still, and Onodaya is suspicious of long, but Graves is just tucked in and doesn't even want to go for damage, trying to remove any semblance of an ult orb build-up for the side of Shadow of 9. Just wants to maybe play exits. Die to the spike would be the best move here. I don't blame him.
Oh no.
Walking up, Onodaya, knife out, does not check him instead. Graves is allowed to find a little bit of extra damage. Viper sticking around, and even Paint wants to come back over and investigate. Graves, turn around, Graves. Graves, turn around. Oh my god. Instead, Viper will be heard. Wait, this is what? Are you kidding me?
Insanity. Wow.
I'll take his memories. I will remember.
Oh, apparently the overlay is broken. Hold on. I'll fix it. Can you take over casting?
Yeah. We see Wukong getting ready with this Odin online on the A side. No value. Shadow of 9 making their way through mid, already getting into garage. They now have no way of getting info in garage without peeking, that being for Wukong. Oh no. Backing off of B, Graves holding the line. Playing very, very slow here. Being sure to not give any sort of info to Wukong. Thankfully, they're able to avoid the short. So they don't have to go across the line with the Odin, but they do make their hit. No, they don't. They back off. The fake coming through. Viper in garage, getting ready to meet Tyler. Tyler doesn't notice him! Viper taking one out in garage, making his way up, getting the gun.
30 seconds left.
Viper around the angle in
Viper
garage,
hit.
catches Azumi, and he's just a snake in the pit. Is unable to be checked.
Oh, no.
Graves, an untimely whiff, allows Onodaya to
Spike planted.
close out that pick, and Wukong,
That's the round.
that's the round, just forced to trade, saving and cowering on A site. At least they get the Odin out. A little bit of a condolence weapon saved over, but it's not gonna matter much, especially not in the face of an incredible snowball from the side of Shadow of 9. They didn't even have to use any ultimates. They have Onodia's ultimate. They are so close to this chamber op already, and Paint isn't too far off himself. It's starting to look not good.
Viper got, really lucky there. Oh, but they're both able to walk away with one. Unfortunately, not able to walk away with the Odin, though. I mean, I guess other than them both living, that's the best you could take from that round. But it was very well played from SO9. Viper somehow being missed by Tyler inside of garage. Very, very unfortunate for Wukong.
Right, one rifle saved into this round, and it's for Ryukagai, the duelist star for the side of Wukong. And he might be able to find some semblance of a chance into this round if they play their cards right, but the spacing isn't the greatest. Azumi on the stinger wants to take first contact. They do group up a little bit closer, and Azumi is just crouch walking his way into his arrow. Onodaya breaks this alarm bot, finds his way onto the B site, teleports away. Graves makes it out alive, barely, but his life will be kept. Onodaya finds Graves, Proof sits Cup Gold down. Tyler Staria, though, the stinger walk up, finds an extra rifle, Proof 1 HP. Shock Dart comes through and Proof nails the shot. Ryukagai, a little bit of a whiff, still finds Onodaya. It's a 2 versus 2, and Ryukagai is low, but it's rifle v rifle, rifle v rifle, and Azumi sits Proof down. Pain finds his one, isolates the fight, drone comes out, Azumi doesn't even want to hide. Tags him up, pinged up, Azumi up and over, Pain nails the shot. Are you not entertained? The 1 versus 2 from the Star Initiator.
Oh my goodness, Paint. That's how you hold a site down in the post plant. Played that so amazingly. But, you know, Wukong, they did their damage. They did all way too much damage for eco round, as they have been throughout the entirety of this series so far, just finding so much value in these eco rounds.
Cup Gold, early information found. This Odin might be able to do damage, but doesn't want to risk it instead.
You're dead.
Ends up deciding to stick around, but the Odin sits the Phoenix ultimate down, and Cup Gold wants to ego his way through this execute, but just doesn't work out. However, a flank has been found, and it's a 3-man walk down, and they're being not at all secretive about their plan. Azumi storming his way up into the sewer space. Viper, can he find anything? Paint instead is there to contend. Ryukagai finds Paint, but Viper has been baited in. The backstab king. Graves, though, is doing damage. Proof! A 5th round for Shadow of 9, and nothing for Wukong.
I'll outshine all their radiance.
This was exactly what I said was going to happen going into this. You know, Shadow of 9 are carrying all that momentum that they have last week. Their closest map being 9 rounds. Aside from that, neither of the other 2 maps even broke, I believe, 6 rounds. So,
right,
you know, they just have all the momentum going into this matchup. and they were just ready for all of the smoke, and they're here to take over.
Get out of my way.
100%. It's pretty good so far from Shadow of 9. This isn't even really competitive. Azumi wants to make it competitive, but still doesn't manage to find anything. And the trades are pretty even so far. Ryuk guy. Oh my god! Nails the shot, even though the U-tool doesn't land. Immediately gets out. Spike stranded in middle. Azuro knows what he needs to do. Wants to find a pick, then use his ultimate. Instead, Orb will be picked up. Hasn't been claimed yet. Drone comes through. Going to spot Viper out. Ultimate comes through. Spike retrieved. Ryuki guy making his way up into heaven. Smoke comes through before he can even find the angle. But instead, the Sova ultimate almost finds Viper. Ryuki guy nails the shot. It's Azuro with an Odin. Last left alive. Ryuki guy finds the information. Can he nail the shot once again? He might just be able to. Sneaking around Cup Gold, none the wiser. Has a premonition. Ares versus Odin, and it's the Ares King on the other side. But Azuro doesn't want to lose this round. Spam comes through. Extra damage onto Tyler Staria. Has the angle. Ryuki walking down, but instead, Tyler Staria, the Phantom is good for it as Wukong find their first round.
There we go. Finally cracking that
I
code.
mean, it's become a tale as old as time. Wukong are going to find value in their eco rounds. They might not always win the round, but they're going to go down with at least 3 or 4 of the opposing team's players dying. And that was one of the rounds where they put it all together and they were able to pull through. And they got the Odin back in the rightful owner's hands.
This time around, though, Azumi finally getting this operator buyout. But he's read it wrong. Cup Gold is alone on site, and there's a 4-man hit on the other side. Ryuki guy stops just short of finding Viper. Cup Gold with this Odin has already done damage, and Viper seems to have been sussed out by Wukong, but instead of fighting, they just want to play containment, keep this space to themselves. This drone re-clears a little bit extra space, finds an early bit of information, but Azumi, a rare whiff from him, might just end up dictating the direction of this round. And Onodaya, a Phoenix insert, not something that you see too often, but a Sentinel. Onodaya on Sentinel knows how to get himself inserted, so it's not too unlikely that he would have a good insertion on Phoenix, and now he's walking straight up and along, but Cup Gold has the angle, is gonna find him. Observers are melting. Switch to Cup Gold, god dang it. Graves in window. Smoke goes out, blocks off this angle. The drone still finds information, though, allows him to walk straight through, but Cup Gold, no, Graves has gone unchecked. Viper straight through the smoke. He's doing damage. Tyler Staria alone on the B side. Exit comes through. Proof, stun, slide, and finds Tyler Staria. Headshot as well. Immediately switches an angle of direction to Zumi. What are you supposed to do against that? Cup Gold doesn't even manage to find one. It's Proof going nuclear.
Such a good round. I mean, they had it looking really good with the fast C long push. They got scared off the angle by the op. They, back up, try to capitalize off the space that Viper was starting to take towards mid, and they do. They go for a full 5-man garage push as Cup Gold is able to take one down there, though. They arc SO9 commit to it, and are able to pull through and get onto B and get the round.
Dart goes out in the long, forces Graves off the angle. Azuro has his own Odin out. You know, he's kind of been owning Cup Gold. It's ironic that he chooses to get his own out now. Let's see if he can avoid getting owned the same way that he has been inflicting on Cup Gold. It's another flank out from the side of Wukong, but they want to put a freeze on it just in case Shadow of 9 back off, but they do not want to back off. Instead, goddammit, they're pushing further in. Proof activates his ultimate, sits Graves down, and Azuro does damage straight through the smoke. Tyler Staria put in the dirt. Paint will be afforded this plant at a very cheap cost indeed. And to save coming through for the 2 rifles here, Cup Gold and Ryuka guy. Just want to make sure they get out with these weapons, leaving Azumi alone to search for picks and a sea of corpses left from his teammates. Viper, though, make sure he finds nothing. And it's Ryuka guy and Cup Gold alone on the save.
Oh, misses the TP. There's something.
The random paranoia as well. I don't know what they're doing.
Making their way out though. Nobody's going to die to the bomb on the save.
So flawless for Shadow of 9. Pretty much how this map has gone so far. 1 round afforded to Wukong, so not exactly perfect, but as close as you can get to there. And Wukong maybe had a momentum building for a very short amount of time, but as soon as it started, it was stopped in its path.
Yeah, I mean, SO9 are just continuing to assert themselves against Daybreak and with complete utter dominance.
There's again no fight to be had for the side of Wukong. Well, maybe there is. Maybe
Never
it's
mind,
Viper instead. Sits Azumi down. Graves still inserted, but Onodaya does not even have the read. Cupgold walks straight out. Onodaya,
No.
flick of the wrist, finds 2. Tyler Staria on the flank will be found out by Viper. Goes back to deal with this flank. The flank does not come to fruition, but at least it pulls 1 off the angle. Ryuka guy, spam damage,
God.
forced to fall off.
Watch out!
Flash goes out though, and Ryuka guy deals with Onodaya handedly. Still though,
But he doesn't
reload
know.
comes through. That space you don't even have. What are you doing, Tyler Staria? The rewrap finds Viper, forced to fall off. And time ticking down. Damage is the name of this round. As it is with every single round so far, it's a slam for Shadow of 9. Wukong, everything I said about them, every single bit of glaze, every compliment, the MVP award that went to Graves at the end of the Invitational, all of it is looking pointless if you can't even find a second round against Shadow of 9. And this, after everything, after months of competition, is the Shadow of 9 that we expected to see.
We kept figuring out how. Just ask.
Yeah, I mean, you can feel it. You can really feel it. There's something different about the way that SO9 is handling this compared to last week. You know, there's definitely some sort of maybe hatred or anger or you know very strong negative emotions that they're holding towards Wukong for sending them down to lowers.
Some semblance of wanting to prove something, maybe to themselves, maybe to everyone else. Not quite sure. Azuro scaling down long, leading the charge with this Odin. Azumi peeks straight out. Azumi does manage to find Onodaya, but not before Azuro gets to trade. Cupgold post-mortem finds proof. Tyler Staria yet again on the lurk, but this time he doesn't even want to take anything out. Instead, he just plays to keep this space and paint. Suspicious as always. Graves finds Azuro. Viper gets the trade. Finds a second for his troubles. Is doing damage. Trip broken. Tyler Staria will be heard falling off. Wants to regroup with his team. No, instead, the rewrap comes through. Shadow of 9, none the wiser. Tyler Staria playing it safe. Viper will be heard dropping down. Jump spot comes through. 1 HP. Put him down. It's Viper with a 3K on the round already. And that's the round over. Unless Ryuka guy can show us something incredible.
I think with the Sova ult, this round should be. Oh no, well, they got the
Spike
chamber ult for
planted.
it. This round should be all but over without an absolute
100%.
miracle.
I mean, they have Viper on this chamber ult if it gets down to it, and they have Paint with this Sova ultimate, but Paint is taking first contact against Ryuka guy, but he's, oh my god, he's dodging and weaving, and Viper, oh my god, Ryuka guy, Viper! Oh, 180,
7
to close the round now.
HP.
His tracking is elite if he's managing to find a dashing waylay as he lands, puts him in the grave. And speaking of Graves' calling has to be better on this defensive side. He's just not setting up fights enough. There's no proactivity to be found. if you're gonna play against Shadow of 9, one of the most aggressive teams that has ever graced this tournament, you
Well,
have to start taking space. And
looks like
taking
it's about to
space
go that way.
seems like it's going to. Azumi misses his dash. Ryuki guy as well doesn't nail the shot. In fact, it's Pain who manages to get it instead. And this entire fight that I've been begging for is immediately shut down. Onodaya, flash comes through, wants to find his way onto the B site, sits, cup goes down. That's the pullout time coming to bite him in the butt. Azuro gets his plant down. One towards the Omen ultimate. At this point, they don't even need any of the big ones. Smoke comes through though, allows them to flank, but I'm not sure it'll do much if it's a 2 versus 5. They're gonna have to go crazy here, and Azuro's on the line. Space is being taken already. Paint and Onodaya have their entire spawn. In fact, there's only one place they can be, on the flank, and Azuro reads it perfectly!
Using their greatest
Last
weapon
round
against them
before
right
the
there.
switch.
That's so
Missing
sad.
$1,000 million reward if found. Where is Wukong? Oh my god, that's the voice crack of a century.
Wukong, they're looking a little lost. I'm wondering if there's ever going to be a timeout to come through.
Right, it's like they've just forgotten that they can even do that, you know? Their best player right now is negative. That's not exactly a very good sign.
Yeah, not a winning recipe for sure. Oh,
Azumi does find a first, but as is with the narrative, Paint is doing God's work as he finds his trade. And it's another regroup and re-hit for Shadow of 9. Cup Gold will hear all of it though, and is playing in sewer. It's an empty A side by the looks of it, but Cup Gold might come back to bite them.
on the wrap.
No, my
Oh.
god, Shadow of 9 are taking space straight into spawn. Cop Gold finds Onodaya, a snake in the pit.
Oh.
Pops his ultimate, but it's a desperate ultimate for sure, off of no information. And Graves is immediately caught by Proof. Azumi,
Whoa.
as an operator, 1 shot, 1 kill, but Proof is dodging and weaving, leaving it in a 2 versus 3 Tyler Staria and Cup Gold. Big
player
names and
standing.
big games,
Oh,
but this
no.
time they're looking mighty small in the face of Shadow of 9.
I
Switching
didn't
sides.
think it could get much worse
For us this time.
after finishing 10-2. But it can always be worse for sure.
Halftime, by the way, everyone, don't panic. Just halftime. As we come into the second half, the story is going to be whether Wukong can build momentum on what is probably their preferred half. You know, they're running the foot comp. They don't have any flashes. They're just going to have to contact everything, which would usually work for Wukong, especially against teams that just can't match up against their might. But this time around, they're going to have to play much, much better than that if they actually want to contend. Because Ryukigai is 7-9, and Azumi is going double negative. Now halftime over time starts to tick down once again, and it's a what looks like a C split on this first round for Wukong, and they read it pretty well. It's just Proof and Viper on C, but of course that doesn't really pay them much respect to just say, you know, just Viper and Proof, because it's not just Viper and Proof, it's Viper and Proof. And if anyone can contend against an army, god dang it, it's them. Just a trip against the world. Proof wants to take this angle fast. It's going to be fast for sure. Azumi pushing this pace. Dash popped already with the frenzy. Damage done. Viper forced off the line. Straight into window. But Proof sliding and dashing out.
No.
Ryukigai, he's dueling blind. Azumi, though, finds his way onto site. Viper is still a threat. Viper!
See.
What are you on? I want what he has. It doesn't matter if they're midair. He's
Match
slicing and dicing his way straight through the execute. And just
Yeah.
like that, it's map point for Shadow of 9, and Wukong are on the back foot. And normally this force up would definitely be able to do some damage, but Shadow of 9 have an even better buy. They're investing in an Odin on the first round.
Jeez. This is
Take flight.
An
Definitely
absolute
one of the
blowout.
maps.
The last map was at least competitive, but this time Wukong have found one round, and god dang it, that round was lucky. Proof immediately slides out with the
Whoa.
judge. Graves catches him
down,
immediately, but not before damage has been done. Azuro catching
Oh.
Graves, walking out. You can't be doing this. Not
Wait a
on
minute.
12 to 1. Azuro just has a ghost. Somebody kill him. Graves finally manages to put him in the dirt, but now it's a 2 versus 3 map point, and it's Onodaya, but the whiff comes through, and god is it such an important whiff. Graves finds 3 on the board. Paint wants to take a more dangerous angle, but decides not to. Wants to catch them on the rotate, but unbeknownst to him, the rotate has already come through, sprinting and barreling up A long, and it's an empty site left. 2, they're taking Graves, still making sure that he's taking care of every single checkbox. Smokes off heaven, but Pain straight through, and Graves finds a 4th on a stinger. This is really impressive, but god, they're up against a monster, and he misses a teleport Viper. One shot to each of them. This outlaw could manage to do damage, and they haven't shown anything yet. They don't know that Viper has an outlaw. So how do they play this? They play it safe.
Oh.
Tyler Staria takes him down. It's Wukong finally managing to light a fire and get going. But it's still so monstrously big of a gap. 10 rounds separate these two teams, and Shadow of 9 have 10 chances to take this map and take it to a map 3 where all the momentum will still be in their favor.
That was a very, very well executed force round from Wukong right there. The way that they just instantly swallowed all of the space on the map, giving it no time for the enemy team to even react and do something about it.
Drone comes through. Tyler Staria catches Azuro almost immediately. It's an important opening pick, and Cup Gold finds proof. They're on a low buy, sure, but Wukong have started to get going. Tyler Staria works his way into spawn. Onodaya almost caught out, and Tyler Staria is whiffing. Cup Gold manages to find Paint, but not before
Last
Paint
player
takes
standing.
Azumi down. Looks like it won't even matter though, as Ryuki Guy slow comes through, and Onodaya cannot manage to adjust. 3 to 12, Wukong take another round, but this round is going to be the real important one. It's a buy for both sides of the coin. Buy v buy comes out, and I would hope that Ryuki Guy invests in something other than a bulldog. He has the money for it, certainly, so it would be nice to see him. There we go, yep, Vandal will be afforded into this round. So both of these teams on a pretty even loadout. In fact, I'd say that Wukong has the better loadout. They've managed to invest into Heavy Shield, except for Graves, but he doesn't need it by the way that he's been playing these last couple rounds. Let's see if he can keep it going. Dart into long already. Paint looks over to the default, but instead, oh my god, the duel's in mid. Go Wukong's way. Proof forced to fall off the line farther onto the B site. Still suspicious of the space. It's 1 per site right now, but it's going to be the A site where Wukong decide to end, and it's Paint, who's been good, but he hasn't exactly lived up to the hype of all the rest of his teammates thus far. Drone does not clear him, however. Oh my god, switch back to Paint! Ryuki Guy captures him. Proof gets the trade instantly. 3 versus 2. Can Shadow of 9 end it here, or can Wukong extend their life by just a little bit? Sun comes through. Proof in heaven wants to find something, clearing angles ever so carefully. 2 playing in hell right now, and if they drop down, they'll surely get obliterated. Viper wants to swing out of the smoke, but instead chooses to play it so safe. Proof drops down, lands on the box, slide comes through, finds the first, but Graves gets the trade, and Viper cannot find squat. Graves finds a 4th round, and Wukong, it's only 4 rounds, but it's starting to look dangerous. If I were Shadow of 9, I would be sweating right now. And let me remind you, by the way, that Wukong have still not called a timeout. They're doing all of this. They're reclaiming the momentum, even though they haven't even used a nice 60 seconds of rest. And now the question becomes, How far can Wukong go? And at what point do Shadow of 9 really start to put a pedal to the metal and reclaim this lead yet again? Azumi wants to take this fight into A. Viper, a rare whiff, but still the information's good as Tyler does barrel his way up into long. Azuro trying to bait something, anything in, and it might just be Tyler's story.
no.
Instead, takes him down. It's the B site wide open. Azumi, execute comes through, a dart as well. Site fully clear. Onodaya plays behind the smoke. Might want to pop out and find something. Viper, though, does go unchecked before Tyler Storia puts him in the dirt. Onodaya, if you go, it's going to have to be dry, and dry it is, as Onodaya has found his way onto site. Azumi fighting battles, he just can't win. Cup Gold takes him down, lived way longer than he had business doing, but still, a pick's a pick, and Ryuka guy get the 5th round. Wukong. 7 rounds stand in between these two teams. And it's 7 rounds that Shadow of 9 will be able to take their chances on before it goes to overtime. If it goes to overtime,
there we
Wukong
go.
have to get through a lead first.
Okay, finally a timeout comes. I would have thought it'd come through after the 2nd round in a row that they've lost, but at least it's called now before things can get any worse. I mean, this is just insane, being able to win those 4 straight, the way that they've won those rounds so strong and so convincingly without it feels as if they're playing an entirely new game. This isn't even the same game they were playing through that entire first half after taking that early deficit. They were playing it, it felt so scared, and they felt nervous, but they've entirely got new wind in their lungs, and they're just fully taking control and using their willpower to get right through this and turn things around. And it's right now, the score only says 5-12, but it definitely feels a lot closer than 5-12.
Whose timeout was that?
That was SO9.
Shadow of 9 actually called the first timeout, which is a strange thing to be saying, especially since Wukong are the ones that lost so many rounds in a row. Tech pause? Froggy, can you go check on that? You there, Froggy?
Is there a reason? Yeah, I'm here.
Can you go?
Is there a reason why?
Someone has a tech pause. I don't know whose it is. Can you go check out? Pick it up.
Whose tech pause is it? Oh, yeah. Is it?
I don't know. I can't check.
Difference.
Just can you like go to each call and remind them that they can't talk about strategy, and then also like ask what's going on?
They said they fixed it, so just now.
Okay. All right.
So we fixed.
Tech pause over.
Or
If it's still going on, can you go like actually like in the call and check on?
yeah.
And
yeah.
make sure that they're not talking about strategy.
Yes, but they fixed it though. Okay.
Okay. So.
Ready.
Okay. Chamber ultimate will be popped immediately, but Viper doesn't find anything for his shot. Instead, forced to back off. Wukong have started taking space in A already, and Shadow of 9 have so much space, but at the same time they have no space. They're gonna have to re-clear some of this at some point, but instead they're being kept on the A side by the noise coming through. Cup Gold uses this drone. Will not be able to reach Onodaya, however, and he's allowed to continue playing in this little pocket. Paint. Drone comes through. It's a Killjoy ultimate that Onodaya wants to stick around through, and for good reason. Flick of the wrist finds the head, and Deviate Wukong are pushing into a stacked site.
Oh my
and
god!
Oh my god! There's a Killjoy ultimate, and they're just disrespecting it. Tyler Stario all of a sudden has to contend against a map loss, and Onodaya does not want to let him have any chance into this. Dissipates right before catching him. Dust settles. There's silence everywhere, but the time is ticking down. Tyler Stario up against the world. Onodaya still inserted in this close angle. Tyler Stario, you're gonna have to clear him, and clear him he does. Onodaya falls. Finds Azuro, finds Viper,
no!
But oh my god, Tyler Stario, you can go far, but you're not tall enough to reach paint. Shadow of 9. 14-5, another dominant map. Wukong found one more round than they did in the last, but it's just not enough. So far, the story has been Shadow of 9 lighting a fire, putting pedal to the metal, and showing us a completely new look. And that will conclude map number 2. We will be back very soon for map number 3, which could potentially close out the grand finals of season 1 of the Night Sky Arena. We will see you all back very, very soon. Thank you. Hello everyone and welcome back to the Night Sky Arena. Map 3 of the Grand Finals coming to you live at this very moment. In the previous 2 maps, a little bit of a blowout. This time around, however, looks like Shadow of 9 have completely changed up their Sunset comp. Previously hailed the deadlock for the side of Onodaya, but this time they're pivoting to something a little bit more meta. Onodaya back on the duelist is certainly a good thing. Proof has been phenomenal on this primary entry agent. So I'm just hoping that it can continue to look that good. Wukong, however, have not changed anything up. They're keeping this composition the exact same. Tyler Staria on the deadlock. However, something has changed just a little bit. This time around, it's not Ryukigai on the deadlock. It's Tyler Staria. Or maybe that never changed. Maybe I'm just crazy. Either way. By the way, to anyone watching right now, let me know. Is my mic too quiet or too loud? Just let me know if you're watching. Just like type it in chat. Oh, did you guys alt F4 by the way?
No.
Yeah,
Oh,
they all
guys,
they all
guys.
did it. They all did it.
What?
They all did it.
Wait, Rod, did you not alt
We
F4?
all-
No.
Oh god.
Wait, what happens if I don't?
Oh god, Froggy, hold on. I'm gonna restart the game, and
Shit, my
Okay.
bad.
oh shoot.
I
hold
thought I
on.
didn't have to.
Hello
'cause you
everyone,
didn't say anything.
we're gonna be right back with a technical pause. No, you're good. I just forgot to tell you. Hello everyone, we're back again after some tech trouble, but we're here and we're really ready this time around. Same comps for both sides of the coin, of the table, you would say. And hopefully this map won't be a blowout like the rest.
Yeah, definitely. Hopefully, this map can stay a lot closer. Maybe Wukong can bring the same type of fight that they did in the second half of that Haven map. That would be awesome. Just so we can really see it going the way that it should be going.
And here's where you guys all ulta for.
Yeah.
My poor.
Oh, and it worked. Thank God. Straight back into it. Deviate immediately grouping up over towards B, just wanting to take some of this early space. For the side of Shadow of 9, looks like they're going to have a fight along the same lines. So it's going to be a pretty big engagement. However, Proof and Onodaya play it safe. Cross-map shock dart, wanting to take out a possible chamber trip. Proof has gone unchecked thus far, but Deviate Wukong will be fended off only for a moment. Proof taking them out straight through the smoke, finds 2 before Tyler Staria. Crosshair denial, but still, oh my god, it's Azumi, makes it winnable, but just barely, and Azuro capitalizes on the chance.
Azuro saving the day right there. That got a little scary right there, coming down to the 1v1, but Azuro was in the driver's seat and was able to handle it very swiftly with no pressure.
100%. This time it's going to be a complete eco for the side of Wukong. Shadow of 9 continuing their streak of dominance straight into this pistol round, and Wukong have really only gotten 1 pistol round so far this series. Which is pretty crazy because usually they're pretty good at pistol rounds. Onodaya taking a first pick immediately. Proof. Low HP but makes it out alive. Barely, but better than being dead. Onodaya stall comes through. That's all that damage utility gone, but again, as long as they aren't on site, it's a worthwhile investment. Viper takes Azumi straight out. Now they're forced to regroup yet again, but Paint again continues to just pick them off one by one. If they want to find any semblance of damage, they're gonna have to start now. Start now, they will. Ryuki guy finds Paint, but he's on 1 HP. Trip.
1 HP, yeah.
Oh my god, and Trip gives it away, pulls his crosshair down away from Azuro, and he's managed to find the pick, and you know, they only lose 1 out of this round. It could definitely go a lot worse. Wukong won their eco on the first map here, but this is not the first map. No, in fact, this is the 3rd map at this point, and Wukong have yet to show anything better. And the buy is pretty impressive for Shadow of 9 as well. 1 Phantom on the board, a couple rifles, an Outlaw that can kill 2, and a Spectre. And the Spectre's walking straight down middle. It's a fight out to the side of Paint, and Onodaya is doing damage, but Ryuki guy and Cup Gold evening it out and even putting it up numbers. This allows Viper just enough of a distraction to walk straight out. Paint dodging and weaving, finds 1 before Tyler Staria finally puts him in the grave. Viper, last one left alive. Here's the noise. Cup Gold sprinting, knife out, straight back around, and he's vulnerable to this Outlaw, and Viper pulls the headhunter out. Cup Gold can't knife from that distance, and Viper has the spike. This could be an incredible mistake. Viper, a 1v3, and it's gonna be a big one. He nails the shot, ladies and gentlemen. Just when you thought Wukong might be able to get themselves back into the series, Viper comes out, guns blazing, swinging, and does not miss.
No, this man Viper is something else. I mean, it's surreal. And he's just able to do things like that routinely.
Go, go, go!
Proof This time, confidence building. Keeps jiggling and has the information. Ryuka guy misses his slide, but the paranoia sets him back up. Pain. A suppression, bit of utility, does not find anything. Ryuka guy, assist comes through to find one, but proof, two-man walkout, captures Graves. Map has essentially been flipped here, and it's just Azuro to fend against this push, and if they play it right, yeah, they're gonna find him. Azuro, here's the noise, proof, sprinting out. Oh my god, the stun is good, but Cup Gold manages to find the pick. Onodaya on site, crossfire with Azuro, but peeks straight out, captures Cup Gold,
Spike
2 versus
down,
3.
B.
Azumi has made his way around in the space, caught out by the flash, makes a step though, and Onodaya is gonna hear this noise, but do they predict Tyler Staria? In fact, who could predict Tyler Staria? Not Azuro, that's for sure. Onodaya, last alive, 1-2, oh my god, before I can even mention it, Viper puts Tyler Staria in the dust. 4-0. Wukong have been met with a different caliber. They have not been tested like this in ages, and they're failing.
Yeah, this is going just like the other maps have so far. It's very unfortunate to see. Hopefully, Wukong can put up some sort of fight before this game gets a little too out of reach, like last one. You know, just maybe a tad bit too late. Let's see though.
Viper wants to peek out, but Ryuka guy actually catches him, and Azumi as well, doing damage. Proof gets the trade, but still 3 versus 4. Azuro stunned straight up, lands on his head essentially. Graves walks straight out behind. Cup Gold capitalizes, finds Azuro. Spike now going down, but Ryuka guy taking space. Balls of steel even in a terrible situation, but shot comes through, and unbeknownst to him, Pain reveals himself. Slide comes through, ultimate popped, Graves finds proof, Seize goes through, Paint trying to do any semblance of damage, but instead Graves, it's a clean round for Wukong, one that they needed, absolutely essential if they want to find any chance back into this map.
There we go. That's that's the Wukong that we know, able to clear up these rounds really well and ensure that this game isn't going to get a little out of hand or a little too out of hand for their own comfortability.
Time now. Running low. Cover going. As the round begins, Viper has this angle. Do they clear him or do they not? You're gonna have to use some semblance of utility, but he's doing damage straight through the wall. Flick of the wrist. And that wrist is not broken. No, it is still intact. You're gonna have to clear him off the angle if you don't want him to keep doing damage, but instead of clearing him, they choose to avoid him. This is the ultimate strategy, and Onodaya gets off the angle right as Azumi walks straight through, but Tyler Staria, has found a gap. Does he anticipate it? No! He finds one, immediately taken back out. Neutralization. It's neutral time now, but the flash goes through, and Onodaya doesn't even care about the stun. He's doing damage straight through the utility. The Viper nerf is really rearing its ugly head now. Onodaya has been a wonder kid so far. Dog clears Tile's space. Graves in mid, maybe wants to save, do damage if he can. Dog comes through, captures him, and revealing himself just in the nick of time. Azuro around the angle, but Graves is sleeping at the wheel. Viper, a ranked strategy into this one. Door closed behind him, leaving him stranded on an island, but he makes up the sharks in the water. This operator holding the line. Azumi walks straight into him. How could they ever predict this kid? Deadlock ultimate finds nothing. Cup Gold, however, does find something. Viper on the 10s angle, and Tyler Story is walking straight through. If you don't look up, there's a bird circling above your head, a vulture for sure, but Tyler Staria is the hunter. 3 versus 4. Onodaya rearing his head already. Molly goes through, blocked off, ultimate as well, but this deadlock wall comes at the perfect time. Proof sliding and dashing his way into this pick. Dies at the hands, but Onodaya ultimate comes through. Manages to stabilize just in time, but Tyler Staria. Op shots are good for it, even on the deadlock.
Make them regret their choice of profession.
Five to 2, Wukong are down again.
Surprisingly, this has been the closest that a game has been so far, though. So.
100%. I mean, it's close with Summit, a little bit tied in my opinion, but still they're very, very, very competitive into this one, making a name for themselves and building a little bit of momentum these past few rounds. Viper yet again in middle, holding some pretty insane angles. Wukong are pinging it out. They know his tendencies, but do they know the exact positioning? Tyler Staria has been left alone on the B site, just leaving him inserted as the rest of Wukong groups back up over towards the A site.
Take flight.
And this time around, will not find anything for it. Proof is just too aware. Spidey senses, and the choice has become too clear for Wukong. Too obvious indeed. Shadow of 9 have the read. Paint finds Cup Gold, takes him down, finds a second as well. Onodaya reflash straight through. Doesn't find anything this time around except for information. Ryuki guy breaks the die. My god! Still manages to adjust. It's a 2 versus 3. It's winnable for sure. But Azumi has found Viper. It's a 2 versus 2. All of a sudden, in the ultimate, can he find the round? Azumi finds the first,
Wait a minute.
immediately resets, Viper ultimate, goes down, snake pit closed, but Azumi has yet to be weeded out, and Azuro just is too good. Oh my god. What incredible performance from him.
Wow. You know, things got really scary there when the Viper ult got popped, but they were able to drag the players of Wukong out of that Viper ult and put them in a positions that SO9 would rather Wukong be in. And it definitely worked out in their favor.
Toxins going up.
There.
Viper misses this op shot, a rare whip, forced on the site. Ryuki guy is styling on them. 6-2 down, but playing like he's up a million. Proof on the flank does catch Tyler Staria and catches a second as well. Ryuki guy re-peaks, but Proof sits him down as Azumi yet again in the clutch, but this one is too impossible to win.
2 rounds in a row in the relatively exact same spot. 4-0 to secure the round win. But just as things were starting to look up for Wukong, the game is immediately going in the opposite direction of what they wanted and what they were hoping for, unfortunately. And for them, they can only hope to walk away from this half with 5 rounds. Which, you know, with how things have been going, that's not too bad.
It's not too impossible either if they keep playing like how they have, but this Molly already stalling them out. When Ryuki guy is pushing past it, wants to find something, but smoke will make it near impossible. The dink, you're right, the dink cut does come through, but no kill. Tyler Staria is walking up into top mid. The smoke is gonna make it to where he is allowed to roam free, and oh my god, Tyler Staria has found a gap, but Azuro, another moment of a sixth sense. Prime Spider-Man in the lobby. Just reads it so well. And this time, Viper is on the line with the operator. Never something that you want to hear if you're on the opposite side of the scope. Cup gold, you're gonna have to go big, but instead Viper goes bigger. The Wonder Kid again working miracles. Graves smokes out into spawn, wants to end here still, but Viper is repositioned and gets another. Oh my god, and now it's a 2 versus 5. And yet again, Viper continues to go unchecked. Ryukigai stun goes up. Wall as well wants to push his way into top mid, but it's so impossible to get picks like this, and yet he dies. Paint though, trade comes through. Azumi going to be heard running through mid. Onodaya caught out, and the flick of the wrist comes through. It's an 8th round.
Things are definitely not too out of reach right now. I think if you could pull away with an 8-4 deficit, they should. I believe that Wukong is a team that is good enough to will themselves through just that little 4-round deficit. But for them to go down 8-4, they have to get to the 4 rounds, which at this point I'm not too sure if that's possible. SO9 taking the mid fight. The map has been entirely flipped. Only Paint sitting on B site. The entire team thought that nobody clears him. He almost gets
Oh my god, Azumi! A savior kill! Deadlock Wall immediately dispatched, but Ryukigai is pushing the pace. Ultimate comes through, doing damage from the backlines. Onodaya sat in the dust already, but Proof working his way out. Tyler Staria finally managed to dispatch him, and it's the Wonder Kid versus the world. A story that we've seen so many times. Viper, does he go unchecked, or do they manage to find him? Drop of the gun comes through, and it's going to be obvious where he is. Deadlock Ultimate might be able to find him, but instead Viper finds a kill, but it's just not enough. Ryukigai and Tyler Staria close out a 1v2 that could have 100% gone the other direction.
Last round in the half.
Wukong now putting them in that position to possibly get the 8-4. That would then be the most rounds that they've gotten in the first half of these maps so far. You know, so we can only hope for that for them to keep this series going. And they're all over here stacking towards B, getting ready for the push. This is the weak side of the map, though Viper does have another op online.
Right, can you really call it weak if there's a player that you literally have to afford so
Oh my
much utility
goodness!
to? How is he allowed to get away with it round after round? This kid
You can't
has
even jiggle
nothing
peek.
but a mouse and a dream. It's a split-second
Literally.
reaction time for this guy. He's playing like Prime Neon on Leviathan. Oh my god. Ultimate immediately comes through. Graves wants to do something ballsy, and ballsy he does do, playing with fire here around the ankle.
Oh.
Onodaya dispatches the old man entirely, and Proof catches the lurk, leaving Spike stranded in a sea of darkness. 8-3, and they're hoping to make it 9-3. Phoenix Ultimate comes through. Onodaya wants to make sure they can't even make it onto site. Oh my god, Azumi though makes it expensive cup gold. A 1 versus a million it seems, and Proof. A 9-3 lead at the half. It's the best that Wukong has had so far, but still, it's an absolute monstrous lead. 6 rounds that Wukong would have to overcome if they want to find any way back into this map. No, scratch that. This series, because let me remind you, this is series points. This is tournament point for Shadow of 9. If they just find 4 measly rounds, then they will take the tournament.
Which is just insane, thinking how things went for SO9 this year, and how they just got bounced by Wukong not even a month ago.
Right,
Getting dropped down to the lowers. But it didn't matter. It didn't matter at all. And and SO9 were able to just turn around, pick themselves up, will themselves to the grand stage, and now they're about to send the team that dropped them back home. truly insane stuff.
And let me remind everyone watching right now that Wukong came into this tournament and looked so good coming into the grand finals. I don't think that there was anyone who expected them to fold this easily. I said 50-50, maybe, just maybe. I didn't even know Shadow of 9. Literally didn't see any semblance of an identity in this team before this. But now I'm being shown who they really are as Onodaya puts a 3K already into the pistol round. Wukong! Wukong! Where are you, Wukong? Please, for the love of God!
Wait a minute,
But
wait a
Graves
minute.
from the shadows straight in from
Whoa.
the backline warrior. Spike goes down, but Pain immediately wants to push him off the line as Onodaya finds a fourth and Viper
goodness.
sits him straight down. Shadow of 9 are 3 rounds away from doing what only a team of this caliber could.
This is getting hard to watch.
It's so difficult to watch a team like Wukong fold like this. And honestly, the series that they played where Wukong qualified to the grand finals and Shadow of 9 were sent to the lowers literally was pretty close now that I'm thinking about it. And now I'm seeing how Shadow of 9 would be playing if they didn't literally lose the lead for no reason. They didn't fold under any pressure this time around. Wukong have forced Shadow of 9 away from A, but not without some heavy utility costs. That's the paranoia already gone. Tyler Staria is alone in market. Finds a pick onto proof. Net goes through, doesn't find anything, but a little bit of extra time. And time is so important in this game as Onodaya capitalizes on his own bit of time.
Only
Not
Viper.
before 2 more picks are found, but Viper's been good.
But
and
you're okay with it
Viper
only being Viper.
Team A.
Graves, the backline warrior.
Graves barely saving them. By the skin of their teeth, being able to just get away with that round. Wow. Oh, that was so scary. But those are just the things that will happen if you start slacking. You know, they let their guard down, and Viper was able to somehow walk with two. Not somehow. Viper was just able to get 2.
Door being broken. They want to push the pace. Proof on a classic buy. Sen comes through, but Tyler Staria, a savior kill for sure. Viper takes the angle, a rare whiff, but still the information is so good, and he wants to keep going. He's on a save, and he doesn't want to stop. He's letting himself be known. Paint in top mid. Graves finds him, takes him out, takes a second as well, but Viper, oh my god, Viper has found his way into their spawn, and Graves predicts it perfectly. This is the MVP I was talking about. Wukong are crawling their way back into the 3rd map. A little bit too late. A little bit too delayed. But still, Wukong are here. Oh my god, my voice
we
is
go.
dying.
Finally, the timeout comes through. I'm still confused as to why Deviate haven't called a single timeout through all 3 maps so far, no matter what the score has been. They've refused to call a timeout for some reason. But
Right, and it's always interesting to me to see the team that's ahead call the timeouts, right? Like Shadow of 9 is unironically really good at predicting where the momentum is swinging and countering it perfectly. Last map, they took a timeout right as Wukong was about to come back and completely just demolished them. 12-5, man. It was looking like Wukong could really do it. I had belief that Wukong could do it, and how could you not with a team of this caliber? But they're not looking like the team that is this caliber, right? They're not looking up to the bar. They're not reaching the level that they need to be. The Night Sky Arena has evolved, and Wukong has not gone with it. Shadow of 9, the new generation of players. This is a young team, by the way. Let me be known. Onodaya isn't even 17 yet. Onodaya isn't even 17. Viper as well. They're all young. And they're playing like this against a team of very experienced players. And they're looking better. And this time Onodaya pops his ultimate, doesn't even want to use a flash. Spam comes through, Azumi dispatches, but still it's just an ult. A second chance will be afforded as Proof makes his way onto the site. Spam comes through and Graves caught out perfectly. Proof gonna have to check his PC after this. Azumi catches Proof, but it's shaky at best. Cup Gold though stabilizes Proof. No paint, sorry, 1 HP. Azumi, Ryuki guy straight through the wall. Viper last left alive yet again. Drone catches him out, but wants to keep repeaking. Cup Gold, a 6th round to be found. 4 rounds separate these two teams. And a 4-round lead is not something impossible for Wukong. But still, possible as it may be, Shadow of 9 are an absolute titan. All-powerful, all-seeing beings. That's what they're playing like. That's what this reminds me of, man. It's crazy the way that they're able to find picks out of nowhere. Viper is crazy, and so is everyone else, but Viper's really shown so far this match, man. This chamber play has just been something special. Viper as well, the man of the hour, goes down after finding one. Ryuki guy manages to equalize right away. Onodaya has found his way straight onto the site. Azumi, it's shaky at best, and Proof is afforded a pick. This is going south so dang quickly as Wukong are back in a retake scenario. They have the utility for it, however. Paranoia has yet to be used. A stun for Ryuki guy and a net for Tyler Staria, but these are some big names they're up against, and they have some crossfire set up. Azuro already wants to re-smoke. Net goes through. Graves catches Proof on the jump spot. Azuro blind, ready to be used, separates them off. But they don't even need their sight as Wukong.
Thank you.
Another round to be afforded. It's a pivotal moment for the momentum of this match. Guns as well going to be thrown over. They have rifles saved into the next round, which makes their economy start to boom. The momentum is swinging. The tides are changing. The waves of change have begun to be rode by Wukong. Was that a fire alarm? Thanks. I know. I appreciate it.
This is starting to get a little too scary. It's now 10-7. Wukong now have the most rounds that they've gotten on a map. They've gotten it before map point, which is very good.
Right, and
So let's see.
somewhere around, Ryuki guy wants to show Viper how to really use the operator, wants to give him an example. Azumi on the angle, finds one, gets out immediately. The trade will not come through. It's a great setup. Cup Gold has found his way into their spawn. Viper, big name, goes down. Raid boss, dead. Titan killed. Azuro knows where Ryuki guy is. Can he find the pick? Yes, he can. Doesn't even matter that he's holding the angle. Cup Gold and Tyler Starry have decided to just regroup, reset, back with the team. Don't want to give Shadow of 9 any more chances into this round. Tyler Starry as well wants to rotate all the way back to B and just close market door. Cup Gold still holding this space. Azumi hears the noise, sees the player, catches the information, but does not re-peek. Instead, has the angle with the operator. Orb goes up, blocking off the slow elbow advance. Azumi on the Viper is doing damage. Here's how you use the operator, but still forced off the line by Azuro. And the eye goes through. Will be caught by Graves, or Graves will be caught instead. Azumi netted up, but doesn't want to give them any semblance of a gap of information back into this game. And Cup Gold again, 10-8, 2 rounds separate Wukong from the comeback. Crawling their way back yet again, slithering like a snake. You thought Viper was a snake in the pit? No! It's Wukong burrowing their way into this lead, chipping away at it round by
timeout?
round, Shadow of 9 pop their second timeout. They haven't needed 2 timeouts in a map. They haven't even needed a singular timeout, period. They could have closed out Haven without that timeout. They could have closed out Summit without that timeout. Right now, they need this timeout. When you talk about a GOAT discussion, everyone wants to mention Shadow of 9. Everyone wants to say Shadow of 9 deserved this win. When you talk about a GOAT win, do you mention Onodaya? No, Onodaya folded on OPZ. Do you mention Proof? No, Proof folded on Zero G Comet. You mentioned Wukong. You mentioned Ryukigai and Graves. And they're showing you why right now. 10-8. Let's get a hype. 2 rounds. Separate these teams. And if they want to come back, they're going to have to keep this momentum. They're going to have to play perfectly. They're going to have to play to a godlike inch of their life if they want to find these last 2 rounds to take it to an even score for the first time this series. And by the way, Wukong are about to get more rounds than they've had the entire series combined if they just win 2 rounds. That's insane! And they're doing it in the face of what is going to be the most insane comeback, but yet, again, I have to mention, it's not done yet. Viper has his operator out. He's done damage before, and he can do damage again. Decides not to grab the orb instead, wants to take the angle while they don't know he's there. Walking and creeping, slithering his way into B main. Tyler Staria plays it smart, doesn't want to peek and give him ones. Azuro, smoke goes down, as well as the Viper wall. Activation comes through, but Viper neutralizes all this pressure. Door will be broken now. There's just 2 on the site on A for Wukong because they do have the read. They know that Shadow of 9 are gearing towards B. They're still in mid, however, putting the pressure on Wukong, trying to drive them off, and drive them off they will. Azumi does not have the read, instead falls back to spawn. Tyler Staria is the only one on the B side, and unbeknownst to him, it's about to be a 5-man hit. Stunning comes through, extra delay. Azumi works his way back on the site. Azumi finds another pick as well, maneuvering this hit so well through the chaos. Paranoia comes through, finds nothing. Viper forced off the line. Tyler Staria spam comes through. Onodaya, the flash is good for it. Another as well. Graves re-peeks head, spotted as Shadow of 9 rotates through Azuro, finds a gap in mid, takes Ryukigai out. Cop Gold wants to get the trade, but Azuro is sprinting away, slithering like a snake through mid. Onodaya takes Graves out on site, and it's only Azumi in this Viper roll, but they've misread it. The pressure's not coming from B, it's coming from A. Azuro captures Cop Gold, and the time is so close, but I believe he has it. It's Fate with the plan, putting Azumi in a 1 versus 4. And this 1v4 might be the most important one of his life, but still, Onodaya 6 round too long and finds the pick. Shadow of 9. Stop the unstoppable force of Wukong. They are the immovable object yet again, recovering themselves as quickly as they lost their composure. 11-8. Wukong, this gap is gonna start widening if you don't fix your problems now. Ryukigai on the operator yet again, but Viper has brought up this attack operator, and this attack operator might be the most essential part of their kit so far. Wukong love to fight, Viper loves to neutralize the fight. Everyone is off the B site. In fact, it's a 4-man mid right now. Wukong are doing something insane, far out of the scope of normal activities, but Cup Gold makes it known why they did in the first place. Graves captures Azuro on the trade. Proof slides out, unable to find the trade. Tyler Staria still in mid, has the information, but Proof catches Azumi walking down, forces more players onto the A site. Spike picked up by Proof, sprints back to B. It's a 2 versus 3, or 3 versus 3, sorry.
They think they have the read, they don't.
Joke's over.
They're rotating over to A. Right as Onodaya begins to exec through B. Trips will go off, and now DV8 have the correct read, but it's a little bit too late. Graves is on the other side of the map. Tyler Staria on this flank has been read by Onodaya perfectly. Does he have the angle? I believe he might just have it, but no, Tyler Staria captures him. No damage done just yet. Flash goes through. Onodaya doing his best to stall. Net goes through, captures nothing yet again. Ryukigai and Graves working their way through market. Tyler Staria wants to re-peek, but Viper's holding the angle. Neon Sun comes through. Tyler Staria finds Onodaya. Viper, the trade immediately. Operator playing from main. Graves sits Proof down. Ultimate still up. He's so low, but Viper last alive. Spam straight through. wants to just jump on through, and he's not found yet, not dead yet. Ryuka guy dry into the smoke with the classic Wukong. Prevent the gap from widening by the hair on their head.
Wow, those were some shots that Viper does not normally miss. But
Right.
that you do not expect those. I didn't expect those. Nobody should expect those.
And just to continue on with this narrative I was trying to build around Shadow of 9 having young players, right? Project Wukong has experience. They have experience on the stage. They've overcome comebacks. They've widened gaps so many times, and they've come back from gaps so many times. They're not shaking at all. But Viper might be a little bit nervous. He's never been in this situation before. He's never been up against what is essentially a titan of a team trying to stop an essentially already done comeback. And that is what I will say about this. It is a done comeback. Wukong have 2 rounds in between them and evening up the scoreboard, and they're gonna get these 2 rounds. That's the narrative I'm creating. That's the narrative I believe in. Wukong are too good to not come back here. However, Shadow of 9 are too good to not do their best to stop the comeback. I would love to be proven wrong here in the last map, or what could be the last map. Viper has inserted himself into mid. Graves still holding on to this market space, and they have the correct read this time around. Will be read perfectly, but Cup Gold is walking back around to mid. Viper will not be caught instead. Ryuki guy will be led left on the angle. No, he will fall off, and Graves instead will walk through mid. On the other side of him is Viper, and he's holding the angle so perfectly. Paint finds Graves, and Viper doesn't even need to do anything. Activation comes not from the lurk, but from
30
Paint.
seconds left.
Azumi on site. The solo anchor Phoenix wall comes through, making it abundantly clear where they are ending. Proof, ultimate, pop, Tova ultimate as well. Onadai, the backstab comes through, but Cup Gold, the cross map trade. It's a retake with an operator, and Azuro has no weapon. Onadaya still holding this market space. Paint gets this plant down instantly. Fade ultimate ready to be used, but Cup Gold finds a pick before it can be activated. Pain on 1 HP, and Cup Gold, Tyler Storia, has found him. Viper wants to get this trade as best as he can, but he might just have it. Tyler Storia
I'm out of here.
puts in a 1 versus 2. Ryuki guy last alive, and it is tournament point for Shadow of 9.
Match point.
Wukong staring down the barrel of the gun. Match point, series point, tournament point. There's no more room for error. There's no more room for missed shots. No more room for this over-rotating.
Wukong has to play it perfectly, as they have done in the past, but something about Shadow of 9 is preventing them from doing so. Viper, attack operator already doesn't find anything. It's a rare whiff. Tyler Storia takes a timing and capitalizes. But Shadow of 9 have read it perfectly. They walk back over towards B. Proof wants to slide out, take the engagement instead. Just jiggles. Cup Gold on the line, dodges the stun narrowly. Proof on site, Azumi doing damage. Fade Prowler catches him. The trades are even so far though. 3 versus 2. Azuro puts it into 3 versus 3. Ryuki guy dead and gone as Azuro finds his way into their spawn. But Graves has a sixth sense, a premonition that comes from years of experience. Cup Gold and market spam comes through, but the plan will be afforded just barely for Pain. Instead, he wants to bait utility out. He wants to light a fire underneath Project Wukong. Graves and Cup Gold grouped together, low HP for Cup Gold, who takes the first engagement, walking around the angle like ships in the night. Onadaya on the angle. No! Graves sets the golden boy down, and Pain alone on site, putting the pressure, squeezing him like a snake. Project Wukong do not want to lose this round, but Pain's gonna make it expensive. Tyler Storia, 12-9. Wukong prevent a disaster and lessen the gap, but you're gonna have to win 3 in a row. Ryuki guy yet again has brought this operator He's not exactly finding value with it, but they're insistent that he will, and for good reason. Ryukigai has been incredible so far, but switching my attention back to the obvious elephant in the room, or should I say the snake in the room, Viper, is yet to fall. He's 19 and 12, and he's hoping to widen the gap even more, maybe even close it out, but not today. Tyler Staria puts him down instantly. Onodaya drone might just spawn him out. No, instead, Onodaya is allowed to walk straight through. Onodaya, do you pop out? No, instead, Graves straight through the smoke is doing damage. Onodaya, flick of the wrist, is found by Cup Gold. Azuro finds Azumi as well. Gets his A space, but the spike is so dang far away, and Cup Gold has the read. It's a 1 versus 3 paint. You've been incredible. Can you work miracles? Jesus Christ himself walking on water today. 1 versus 3 has the spike. Playing it so slow. In fact, so dang slow. So slow to perfection. But it's just not enough. Ryukigai punishes him for not using any utility. 12 to 11. Wukong on the verge of the impossible. And this time, it's gonna be a buy v buy. Onodaya has a Phoenix ultimate. They're 2 off the Fade ultimate. On the other side, there's no ultimates for Wukong. If they use this right, Shadow of 9 could get the tournament right now. They could win it all right here today. Unless they misplay it severely. Ryukigai has this midline, but Azuro has the read. Doesn't want to give them a free pick. It's a 3-man walk up on this B side, but the spike is down on A. They just want to farm orbs, get pressure, and farm orbs they will. Already 1 off for paint. That's all. Tyler Staria, sorry, Cup Gold wants to punish them breaking this wall. Ryukigai has the line on the operator, but Azuro teleports straight past. Cup Gold walks out, does not find anything, but does push him away. Azumi and Graves in a 2 versus 5, and Onodaya uses its ultimate well. Paranoia goes through an early expense.
He didn't see.
Azumi walks through, Viper and Proof doing damage. It's a 3 versus 5, and Ryukigai just has a bulldog and a shorty. Smoke fades. Viper still inserted, will go unchecked. There's a flank as well. Cup Gold pushing the pace so much, letting himself be known. Ryukigai doesn't read it.
They're not ready.
Cup Gold finds Onodaya, and Viper continues to go unchecked.
Oh,
It's Viper
no.
and Cup Gold lost alive. A Shadow of 9.
Win.
Prove why they are the best team of the Night Sky Arena. 3-0. Wukong didn't even have a chance. It's a complete sweep. It's a sweep, an absolute beating. And I think that we might have an interview here. Actually, I think that we will have an interview. We're gonna go straight into interviews right now, so we can immediately start talking about it. I think first up, we're going to have an interview from the one and only Graves. No, sorry, not Graves, Viper. Viper, hello, what's up?
Oh, hi.
What's up, man? You won, dude. How's it feel?
Oh, feels awesome, bro.
Dude, I'll jump straight into it, man. I got to start out with a little bit of glaze, dude. That map 3 performance from you, in fact, that entire series was insane from you. I have genuinely never seen someone have so much confidence on an agent before, but you were taking fights that you had literally no business taking whatsoever, man. How's it feel? How's it feel to swap to this chamber on basically every map this series and just absolutely fry?
I mean, it feels awesome, bro. I've been like role swapping like all series. I've been from like Duelist, Initiator, and now I'm on Sentinel, and I don't know, I finally found my place.
100%. So, talk to me a little bit about the process behind 3-0ing Wukong. Was the preparation insane, or did you just play your own game?
Honestly, we literally just planned a 3-0. We just wanted to get off early, bro.
Wanted to get off early, 100%. I love that. So, These role swaps that you've been talking about, right? We've seen them throughout the tournament. It started out with Onodaya playing a lot of the dive duelist, and then he swapped over to the Sentinel and Proof, hopped on the dive duelist, and now we've seen like a kind of a complete reinvention of these comps, right? I remember you were playing Deadlock on Sunset, but now you're playing this basically the same comp on every single map, and it looks really good. You're just pulling a Leviathan. So talk to me a little bit about the process behind finding the right fit for your team's identity.
I mean, honestly, we scrimmed a lot, and because we have like 3 duelist players right now, we basically just ended up having to put somebody on Sentinel. And I mean, honestly, we just scrimmed around with everybody playing Sentinel, and I think that it worked out in the end.
Right, 100%, man. It looked really, really good. So, talk to me a little bit about maybe a little bit of a sensitive subject, right? You guys came into the group stage and you immediately dropped your org or got dropped by your org. I don't know which one it is, but you immediately didn't have an org and you looked a little bit shaky, right? You lost your IGL. You had to kind of reinvent your team identity. Talk to me a little bit about the process behind finding your feet after that.
I mean, honestly, the second we got Colin, it was just easy as fuck, bro. It's so easy. His calling is so good, and
Wait,
he's
and
like
who's
really
Colin?
melded well with the team. NW0.
Right.
And yeah, and I mean, we got picked up by Shadows of 9, and they've been really helpful. They've funded a lot of our tournaments, and overall just been good, a good org.
Right, 100%. So obviously this tournament, a little bit of a Mickey Mouse tournament in the first stage at least. Wukong was at least a little bit more of a challenge, but you guys made it look incredibly easy during the grand finals. So if you guys if you guys by any chance do end up joining for the upcoming 3-day tournament for higher ranked teams, what are your expectations for that tournament? Speaking theoretically.
I mean, honestly, if we do play it, it'll be really exciting playing a lot more higher ranked teams. But honestly, I think we'll do fine. We've proven ourselves in a lot of higher elo tournaments, and I think we'll do fine.
Right, 100%. I love that confidence, and I would love to see you guys get tested even more because I have complete confidence that wherever you guys go, you will do great. I think that's all, unless Rot has some questions.
No, I just wanted to ask, what's your routine?
Honestly, I don't have one.
Really, you just wake up, get on the game, and that's it?
Sometimes I don't even play the game.
Wow. I mean, you're really bad at you held it down. I like that you were always standing 10 toes every single time you took an op angle on defense. Just like glaze a little
100%.
bit. Yeah, it's just, but it's fun to see. It's awesome to see.
It's a
And
fun playstyle to watch.
yeah,
I agree. Well, thank you so much.
yeah.
Congrats on your win today. I really hope to see you back in future tournaments that are, maybe a little bit more challenging for y'all. But congrats today. You guys have been a pleasure to watch play, and I can't wait to see what you guys do next.
Thank you, man. Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
Of course.
Next up, we have an interview from a very, very special individual. I need to see if he's awake. It's none other than Onodaya, a very big name in this tournament so far, and today he showed exactly why everyone's fearful. 54 and 36 across 3 maps. We have here the tournament MVP. Onodaya, how are you doing?
Wait, I'm the tournament MVP?
You're the tournament MVP, man. 54 and 36,
Oh.
dude. Every single map you were performing, man. The clutch, whether you were pushing into 3 people at a time, ruining stacks, killing lurks, whatever you were doing, you looked incredible doing it. Talk to me a little bit about how you're feeling, man. Coming off this win, you won the
Thank you.
tournament.
I mean, it's just like, I've been working for it, I mean, even in like the smaller tourneys, bro, I go in with max passion. I try to play to my fullest. I try to frag out. I try to be really vocal. I like being that secondary leader even while like entering some rounds. But I've been working for it mad hard. I mean, NSI, I did pretty good in that.
Right.
Sadly, we got bounced out 3rd place, but coming back in with a new team, keeping Caden though. That's my goat right there. Viper, I picked that guy up from another tourney. He shit on us like real bad.
So wait, you picked Viper up?
Yeah.
I love that. That's actually such a dope storyline, man.
Yeah, he destroyed us like really bad, and his other team dropped him for no reason, even though he was doing extremely well individually, and You know, I was like, yo, this guy is pretty good. He can aim really well. And I was like, yeah, this is a great pickup if we get him. And we got him. He's like our Neon, you know? Like from Lev. He's like our
100%. Yeah,
Neon.
that's what I was literally thinking that. And I've been comparing, like on broadcast, you can listen back. I've been comparing you guys to Leviathan because you guys are a team of young cracked aimers, right? Like how old are you? You're not even 17, right?
Yeah, I just turned 16
Right.
like
and
last month.
How old is Viper, if you don't mind sharing?
15.
Like exactly what I was talking about. You guys are just young, cracked aimers, and you guys faced up against Deviate Wukong. And I will admit, this tournament a little bit Mickey Mouse. A lot of the opponents that you guys have faced, not exactly the best. Doesn't mean that you guys didn't earn it, of course. I thought if there was any team that was gonna give you guys a run for your money, it was gonna be Wukong. I gave this match a 50-50 because I've never seen you guys perform so well. But oh my God, you guys crushed it. It was absolutely just heartbreaking to see you guys play this well. It was incredible, man. I had such a fun time watching it. So I have a question. I forgot it. Oh my God. Okay. My next question for you is there's going to be an upcoming tournament. It's going to be about 3 days long. It's going to be for higher ranked teams. So on the off chance that you guys do join, theoretically, what are your plans for improving even into that tournament?
Well, I'd say that we just got to keep scrimming. You know, that's just like the main thing. We have a consistently here head coach now. Not to say that, you know, Will or CO or Artist with Hair, 3 different names. Not to say he was a bad coach because he was a really good coach. It's just that he wasn't consistently there. But now we have a presence in the server and in those scrims, those VODs, always telling us how to get better. And I have full faith in him to tell us what we are doing wrong and to tell us how to fix it. And he's by far the main reason why we've been starting to do so well towards when we played against Daybreak, and then today when we played against Wukong, we were playing extremely well. And I would love to say it's because of first the role swaps, because we're all individually doing really well now, and the coach, bro, our coach, man, like Troubling Rain, the GOAT, straight up. It's Azuro's friend. Like we just found him because he was a friend. And he was insane. He wasn't supposed to be our coach. But he's just there's not enough that I could say. Like
100%.
it's like endless.
So it was a team effort here. So you got to give a shout out to the coach as well. I love that from him, man.
Mm-hmm.
So my next question for you is, I asked Viper this as well, but I'd like to get your perspective on it. Coming into this tournament, you guys were very highly rated, by me especially, but you guys looked a little bit shaky coming into groups, especially since you guys lost your org and then you had to find a new IGL. So talk to me a little bit about the process of not only recovering from that downswing, but then regaining that momentum and sweeping the tournament.
Well, usually like what we did, it wasn't to like how we made those roster changes. It was what we saw could be a better fit. It was never, oh, this person is terrible, or oh, this person isn't up to standard or something like that. I mean, there is always positives from the players that were dropped, and we saw those positives. We just thought that we could have somebody who was like higher up, not to say that they're a bad player, because I know Mason, extremely good, aka Redux. Redux was insanely good. I loved playing with him. He was awesome. There was also Steven, great IGL. I loved playing with him too. He was insane. It's just that we thought we could do better chemistry wise and just overall, like as a team wise, with the 5 we have now. And I love the 5 we have now.
Right, 100%. I love that honesty from you as well. Like the process of, you know, having good players and then still making the decision to get new players into the team on new roles and just having the confidence that it will pay off, and it really did pay off. It was such an insane series to watch. I've never casted a team perform that well before on every single individual, and the MVP was definitely close. I don't know if you know this, but Viper actually beat you by 0.2 KD, but we still went with you for the MVP just because the fact that you've been grinding and the storyline has been insane and the impact that you've been finding is just far outside of the scope of anything else that has ever come before you in this tournament. So congrats again to you. Congrats on the win. It was a joy to watch, and I cannot wait to see what you guys do next. Thank you so much.
No problem. It was a joy to play this.
Thank you. All right,
Peace
everyone.
out.
That was Onadaya from the side of Shadow of 9, the winning team. For the sake of respect, we will not be having any interviews from the losing team, just to let them talk and regroup a little bit. But it was an absolute pleasure to cast. Every single last bit of that was just an absolute joy to watch. Let me close this real quick so I can go back here, and there we go. There we go. It was an absolute joy to watch. This tournament has been an absolute joy to cast and to produce, and it's been, again, a joy to meet everyone and a joy to get to know all these players and all these teams. So for season 1, this is your tournament organizer signing off. Thank you everyone for an incredible season, and I can't wait to see where we go next. You have any words, Mikey?
No, I'm just happy that I got to be here, just at least for the end of it. I got to cast and be a part of it, and hopefully, when the next tournament comes around, we can find a way to make this go even smoother, make it even better, and make it more enjoyable for everybody.
100%. The last thing that I will say, the last words to be spoken from season 1. Thank you to every single person who assisted in any way with production. Thank you to Reality for your observing, and especially to Poke for your observing. Thank you to Dark for doing the backup stream, and thank you to Froggy for being an incredible match referee and an incredible admin. Thank you to every co-caster who has been in the booth with me, especially Mikey. You've been an absolute joy to cast with, and I would love to again once the next season starts. So thank you to everyone. Thank you to everyone who watched. Thank you for everyone who helped out. And thank you to everyone who participated. This has been the Night Sky Arena Season 1. We will be back soon with Season 2, but until then, thank you all and good night. That was pretty good.
Yeah, chills.